Young Miami has a lot, and I mean a lot, on her plate right now. It's becoming hilarious, from Diddy cutting her off financially to fighting with Armon, Wiggins and DJ Akademiks, and going back to her baby daddy because she's borrowed child. Somebody needs to check if your city girl is really okay. So have you all seen the photos of young Miami recently spotted out in the club with her baby daddy Southside? The two share a child together and were dating for nearly a year before Miami became Diddy's sugar baby. Well, from photos that made rounds of young Miami at the club, she appeared to be having a really good time with her baby daddy, just a couple of days after things with Diddy went down. Now, I don't know if her baby daddy or anyone else for that matter can sustain her the way Diddy did, but word on the street is that young Miami is already suffering since Diddy stopped cutting those checks. Of course, all this is a ripple effect of how Diddy quickly settled a lawsuit from his former girlfriend, Cass, who accused him of sapping her throughout their decade-long relationship. Soon after, Diddy was hit with a few more lawsuits from other women claiming he had them in the 90s and early 2000s. Diddy denied all the allegations, including the claims from Cassie, but what I know is that he had to part with several millions because of the cases. On top of the money he was already cashing out, Diddy also lost a number of business ventures and endorsements, which would have otherwise replenished his pockets. Baby, we all know that Miami was with Diddy because of the money she was getting from him. And because Diddy has been losing more cash than he is gaining, his priority is really not on a sugar baby right now. Remember, Diddy was the one who helped Miami launch Carisha Please, and the reason why it was on Revolt TV was because Diddy was the chairman of Revolt TV at the time, so he pulled some strings to get her some airtime for her show. But after he was slapped with those lawsuits, he was kicked out from his position and Miami's show was put on hold. In fact, ever since Cassie's lawsuit, Miami has not released any new episodes. Well, she has said that the reason why she took a break from the show was because she was working on a reality show, which, by the way, will no longer feature Diddy. In case you missed it, back in September 2023, young Miami announced that she had a reality TV show in the works, and she even talked about the show with Billboard.
A reality show about me every day in my life. I think I'm calling it A Day in Life with Miami.
Since announcing her upcoming show, folks have wondered if Diddy would make an appearance. He was actually meant to make appearances, but not anymore. Apparently, young Miami has to film new content to replace the footage from the several episodes Diddy initially was in before his legal troubles started to brew. Basically, with Diddy no longer paying for her luxurious lifestyle, he is of no benefit to Miami. On Diddy cutting Miami off, a close source who spoke to Media Takeout actually said that Diddy was cutting down on some expenses because he was struggling financially, and that one of the biggest expenses he recently had to cut off was young Miami. According to Miami's friend, Diddy had been paying for private flights, shopping sprees, and rent for Miami's penthouse. The friend also said that Diddy still bought young Miami a Christmas gift, but he's not as generous as he once was and he's not paying her rent or giving her money anymore. Apparently, he also told her not to expect anything from him in the future. According to the friend, Diddy is not in a good place mentally either, and he can really use someone like Keisha in his life since she really does care about him. But when pressed by Media Takeout, the friend also added, "But the money is important." Yes, so he has to start paying again if he wants her companion. Obviously, this thing about Keisha being paid to be a girlfriend is not surprising considering Diddy has always openly paid Miami to be his girlfriend. In fact, back in 2022, they were having issues because Diddy reduced her allowance from $500,000 to $200,000. This was also around the time when Jaguar Wright said Miami probably had too much dirt on Diddy, and that's why $200,000 was not enough for her to stay in the relationship.
She was getting $500K a month. She quit because he dropped her down.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at with it now.
No, but understand this. Think about this. And there are women in this room. Why would you quit? What's going on that $250,000 ain't enough?
As followers continued to question why $200,000 was not enough for young Miami, Diddy quickly backtracked and apologized to Miami by filling her house with roses and raising her allowance back up to $500,000. I mean, that only proved that Miami had way too much dirt on him and he couldn't risk her exposing him. But right now, the reason why Diddy feels confident enough to cut her off for good this time is because he has already lost everything and he doesn't feel like he has anything more to lose. I personally don't see how it could get any worse than the things that have already been exposed. So if that is what Miami was counting on, that card was already played by Cassie. Basically, Keisha has nothing new on Diddy, and Diddy no longer sees the need to sponsor her as Shababy. I mean, it's kind of sad considering how Young Miami tried to support Diddy like a few days before the lawsuits broke the internet. Young Miami posted a photo with Diddy, and somebody asked her if she had not learned from Cassie, and she simply replied by saying the hater had gotten the wrong page. On Diddy's birthday, Young Miami also posted a couple of photos with Diddy, and once again, there were a lot of comments from people telling her to stay away from Diddy. You know, I personally get why people were saying that Miami could also be a victim, especially with all the similarities between what Cassie said and what was happening with Young Miami. For example, in several of the pictures Young Miami has with Diddy, she has white nails, and Cassie said in the lawsuit Diddy made her wear white nails to contrast the skin of the black men he paid to sleep with her. There's also a time when Diddy sent Young Miami flowers after an argument and took her on multiple vacations, just like what Cassie described used to happen after he roughed her up. Then there was a time when Young Miami had a terrible breakdown and she told to XL that her breakdown was because she missed her flights. But looking back, maybe Diddy caused the breakdown. Plus, we also already know that Diddy used to give her the golden showers.
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shower. If you like golden showers, I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere, you like it?
Anyway, when everything got too heated with the lawsuits, she apparently decided to take a break from the relationship, with a close source saying, with everything going on, Young Miami is just staying out of it. Who knows what the future holds, but for now, they both decided that it's best to just put things on break, and get this. Diddy is also a bit pressed that Carisha only proved to be of the streets, especially after she was spotted clubbing with her baby daddy, and he's also reportedly pressed about Miami cutting out all his scenes on her reality show. Baby Carisha is too busy to address that at the moment because she's also involved in a hot battle with Armon, Wiggins, and DJ Akademiks, who also basically said Miami is of the streets, and willingly sold herself to Diddy. Child, I didn't expect things to escalate the way they did, but before we knew it, Young Miami was talking about how DJ Akademiks doesn't mind hooking up with minors. She called out the allegations against him and even dissed him in a snippet on her song, to which Akademiks replied, "The blogs and people who used to jack her was roasting her. She don't want no smoke with me. Her rap career is done. We just want to hear about her getting peed on by Diddy. Has she been in them freak-offs or not?" In another post, Akademiks was like, "Young Miami, you about to lose your monthly freak-off allowance by playing with me. Now you EFF to have Diddy trending again tomorrow. Didn't he tell you to STFU and keep making that whack music? Y'all supposed to wait 6 months for people to forget, then why all can act like why all go together? Real bad not him calling them freak-off allowances savage. Honey, Keisha will probably be catching more strays because of Diddy, but let me know what you think of their current situation." From their supposed breakup to Keisha hanging out with her baby dad, to Diddy being edited out of the reality show and Keisha going to battle with people because of Diddy in the comments section below,